everybody, thanks for joining me for this 1-hour Pilates class. We'll start seated, find a long spine, place your hands on your knees. Take a deep inhale to press the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale to press them down as you roll them behind you to find a lifted chest. And take your hands to your belly, and as we start our breathing, keeping the belly nice and still. So inhale to expand the ribs, breathing in, and exhale. Inhale through the mouth, and exhale through the mouth, sorry. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. So as we're inhaling, we're feeling the ribs open, no movement in the low belly. Exhale, maybe your belly tightens just a little bit more. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Keeping the belly nice and still, inhale to lift the arms up above the head. Grab your right wrist, pressing it up, and then bend to the left. Keep the chest open and facing right in front of you. Don't let the body collapse forward. Come to center, switch the hands. Exhale, squeeze the low belly in. Good, come to center. Press the hands back down to the knees. Inhale to lift the chest, coming into a seated cat-cow here, trying to arch the back, and then exhale to curve the spine and look all the way down to the belly button. And inhale to try to lift the chest, the head, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. And exhale, curve the spine, making a C curve shape. 2 more like that. Inhaling. And exhale, scooping the belly in. Inhale. And exhale. Good, we'll just hold it here with this curved C curve shaped spine. Trying to breathe through the ribs expanding on your inhales. Maybe the low belly tightens on your exhales. Good, find a nice flat spine, and then make your way to hands and knees. Taking the knees right under the hips and the wrists right under the shoulders. 1 cat-cow here, inhale to arch the back. Don't lose the connection of the low belly there. Curve the spine. And then tuck your toes under and slowly straighten your legs to downward dog. And then let the shoulders rock forward to plank. Maybe need to adjust your hands and feet. And hold it there. Lower the knees back down, right under the hips. Inhaling to arch the back, lift that chest and the tailbone. And exhale, curving the spine. Tuck the toes. Slowly straighten the legs. Downward dog. And then plank. Holding here for about 2 breaths. Squeezing your butt, trying to lift between the shoulder blades up towards the sky. And 1 more time through that sequence, go ahead and lower the knees down. Inhale to arch. And exhale, C curve shape. Tucking the toes and straightening the legs. And plank. One more breath. And lower the knees back down. This time go ahead and glue your knees together. Make again sure that the wrists are right underneath the shoulders, and release an opposite arm and leg out away from you. Make sure the spine stays nice and flat as you inhale to lift the arm and leg up in line with the body, and then exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up, not letting the back arch, And exhale, elbow towards knee, and this time curving the spine to the sky. Inhale to lengthen out, finding a flat back. Exhale, lower down, gently tapping the fingertips and the toe tips. Inhale to lift. And exhale, curve, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, elbow to knee. And then we'll hold it here for about 2 more breaths. Try to hold it tight. Try to press the elbow and the knee together. Good, and then lower it down, finding your flat back, glue the knees together. Make your way to your other side, opposite arm and leg out. Inhale to lift in line with the spine and the head. And then exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale, elbow towards knee, this time curving the spine. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale, elbow to knee. Once more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to lift. And exhale, elbow to knee, and then hold it there. Try to press the elbow and the knee together. And lower it down. Knees back under hips. 1 cat-cow. Inhale, arching the back. And exhale, press the belly in strongly. Curve the spine, tuck the toes. Lift the legs, straightening them to downward dog. And now go ahead and take a few moments to maybe pedal out the feet. Do whatever you want. Keep that breath moving through your body, trying to expand the ribs on the inhales. Keeping the low belly still as we breathe. Good, and then try to press both heels down to reach the mat. Finding some stillness for 2 more breaths. Lowering the knees down, resting the hips back into child's pose. You can let the arms rest by your sides if you need a little break for the arms, or maybe you need to roll the wrists. And as you're resting, we're still keeping the belly engaged. Try to lift the belly up off of the thighs. Good, and then unroll the spine. Find a seated position towards the front of your mat, and then make your way down to your back. And we'll start with our hundreds. So selecting your leg position for the most ease, feet will stay flat on the floor. And then next, hardest is tabletop, legs straight to the sky, or hovering them at varying degrees above the ground. Select your leg position, take an inhale breath, exhale, lift the head and chest, and then pump those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to keep the belly still here. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong arms, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, let the knees rest into the chest. And then plant the feet, take them a little bit further away from the hips, reaching the arms up above the ears. Take an inhale, engage those abs, and exhale, floating the arms to the sky and rolling up with bent legs. Find a flat back as you lift the fingertips to the ceiling. And then exhale, rolling your way back down. C-curve shape with the spine, placing one vertebrae down at a time. Good, go ahead and rest your hands down by your sides and take your legs up into tabletop position. Then before we start, let's make sure that we find our neutral spine and pelvis. We don't want to arch the back. We don't want to press it in and tilt the tailbone under. Somewhere right in between where you have the natural curvature of your spine, so maybe there's a little space under your back. Rest your hands down by your side, palms down. Small gentle pressure in the hands. Go ahead and lower one leg down, tapping the toe, and then exhale to lift. Other side, lowering as you inhale, and then exhale to lift. As we inhale to lower, we want no movement in our belly. Exhale to lift. Trying to engage those deep abdominal muscles, keeping our spine and our pelvis still. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale, no arching of the back as you lower. And exhale. Also trying to keep that 90-degree angle bend in the legs as you lift and lower. Good, hold it there, taking an inhale breath. And exhale, lifting the head and chest and hovering the arms. Slowly lowering both legs as they're glued together. And exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Good, take your arms out to a T. Re-engage those abs strongly and slowly letting the knees rock to one side. Keep the knees glued together and keep both shoulders down on the floor. Exhale, engage the abs to lift the knees to center. Inhale, lowering to your other side. And exhale, press the belly in and lift the knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Trying to just twist the pelvis, not letting any movement happening in the upper body. Inhale. And exhale. Once more through, breathing in. And breathing out. Try not to use too much pressure on the hands. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Good, go ahead and lower the feet down, kind of close into your hips. We're going to come into an articulating shoulder bridge. And we're going to take our arms up like we're going to hold a basketball in between our arms, so our palms are facing in, and there is some tension in your arms there. So as we inhale, we tilt the pelvis, trying to reach the tailbone towards the sky, and we slowly peel our spine up off the floor, coming onto our shoulders, and then we roll it back down. Glue the tailbone down. And exhale, peeling the spine up off the floor. And inhale, lowering it down. Don't forget about holding that basketball between your hands. Exhale, tilt and roll it up. Inhale, slowly lower 1 centimeter at a time. Tailbone is the last thing to glue. Once more, exhale, lifting. And inhale, lowering. Good, walk your feet a little further away from you, facing the palms to your front. Inhale to let the arms reach in line with the ears, no change in the rib cage or the belly. And we exhale to slowly roll it up with our bent legs. Reaching those arms up to the sky, go ahead and extend the legs as long as they can be. Feet are flexed and trying to press the backs of the knees down into the floor, coming into our spine stretch. So inhale to lengthen and exhale to bend it forward, curving the spine like you're bending over a barbed wire fence. Inhale to lift, lengthening the spine but trying not to overarch. And exhale to fold, pressing the spine behind you, or it's like someone's gently pulling you back from the rib cage. Inhale to lift, lengthening and straightening the spine. Exhale, folding it forward. And once more, inhaling. And exhale, spine stretch. Then we'll hold it here for an inhale. As you exhale, hinge it forward at the waist, gaining a little more length and a little stretch behind the legs. Maybe the fingertips gently rest on the ground, but there's still tension in the arms, breathing in. And exhale, rolling it back, keeping that C-curve shape in the body. Controlling our descent to the ground. And once again, taking our legs to tabletop position. Hands resting down by our sides. A gentle pressure down with the palms. Find your neutral pelvis and spine. And this time extending one leg out. We straighten the leg and we exhale to bend it back in. Inhale to lengthen. If you have good abdominal control, then you can lower that leg to hover above the floor. And exhale, lift. If you feel your belly doming out, you can take that leg higher. And up. So up to you. And lift. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, lift. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. No movement in the abs as you straighten the leg. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, breath, holding. Exhale, breath, lifting the head and chest and arms. Both legs straightening and bending. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. Hands back down, taking them out to a T. Keeping both shoulders once again glued to the floor as we let our knees slowly lower to the right. This time we extend our bottom leg straight, knees are glued together. Bring it to the top and then bend that leg back down. Knees dropping to your other side. Straightening your bottom leg. Coming to center. And bending. Keep those knees pressing together as you lower. This time extending your top leg. Bringing it to center. And down. Lower. And extend. Center. And down. And lower. This time both legs straighten. Bring to center. And bend, and lower, both shoulders glued to the floor, straighten, press your belly down as you lift the legs, and bend. Good, bending your knees to plant them on the floor, close towards your hips. This time we'll take the hands down by the sides instead of up, and lifting the hips in one piece this time, not articulating through the spine. So take an inhale breath. And then exhale to lift the hips in one piece. And lowering. And exhale to lift. And inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift, and we'll hold the hips up as we come into a knee fold. So bending one knee in towards the chest. And then stepping it back down. Bending your second knee into the chest and stepping it back down. So try not to let our hips drop as we lift the knee. Try not to let your standing leg wiggle or move as you lift. And bend. And lower. Lift. And lower. Actively press your belly button down and towards your spine. And lower. Lift. And lower. Nice job. Lower the hips down. And this time extend the legs long, flexing the feet, reaching the arms up above the ears. Again, no movement in the rib cage, breathing in. And we exhale to roll it up, this time with straight legs. Coming into our spine stretch, pausing there. And then maybe adding that hinge at the waist as we bend it forward. And then unrolling the spine and taking the arms out to your sides, coming into saw. Keep the legs engaged, backs of the knees pressing to the ground. Inhale to twist, and exhale to reach it forward, opposite hand on the outside of that foot. Inhale to twist, stack the ears all the way over the hips, and exhale, bend. Inhale, twist, and exhale, reach. Inhaling, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good, bringing your arms right in front of us in line with the shoulders. Deep breath in, and exhale, curve the spine, and roll it down. This time taking our legs straight up to the sky. If this is too much for you, you can always bend the legs and repeat what we just did. Hands resting by our sides, engage those abs, and lowering one leg down, and lifting. Slowly lower, and try to lift at the same pace. And again, if you're losing that abdominal control, you can stop your leg about halfway down and just lift it back up. Slowly lower. And lift. Inhale as you lower. And exhale. Use the belly to lift the leg. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. Lowering and lifting. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, lift the head and chest and arms. You can always keep the head resting down or tuck your hands underneath your hips as we lower the legs. 2, 1, and lift. 2, 3, 4. So same thing here is if you feel you losing your abdominal control, then just stop halfway and lift the legs back up. Slowly building that strength in the low abs. 3, 4, and lift. 2, 3, 4. One more down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. Good. Rest the knees into the chest. Take 2 breaths before we move on. Reaching the arms out to a T. This time with our straight legs. Letting the legs slowly lower to one side. Again, keep both shoulders glued to the mat. And exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Inhale, lowering. And exhale, lifting. Don't use too much much pressure in the arms. If you really feel yourself rolling onto that side, then stop and come back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, belly in. Lowering. And lift. 2 more. Down. And up. Inhale. And exhale. Good, knees to the chest, 2 breaths. Lowering those feet down, close to the hips. Hands down by your sides. Lifting the hips in one motion up and down. And lift and hold. Extending one leg up to the ceiling, leg as straight as it can be. And we slowly lower that leg. Maybe the heel touches the floor, maybe it doesn't. And then you lift back to the sky. As you inhale to lower, try not to let your standing leg wiggle. And lift. Inhale, lower. Try not to twist the hips. That's the hard part. And lift. Once more, down. And up. Lower the hips. Lower the leg. And lifting both hips up. And lowering down. And lifting and holding. And taking your second leg to the sky. Slowly lower. Stabilizing your standing leg. And slowly lift. And breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lower that foot. And then lower the hips. Good, pull your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg long. Just a quick little hip flexor stretch here. Take a couple breaths. Really straighten that extended leg as long as it can go. And switch out the legs. And extending both legs long and arms above the head. Inhale, and let's go ahead and point the feet. And exhale to roll it up. Spine stretch. And then reaching it forward. Finding a flat spine, ears stacked over the hips. And this time flex the feet. And we'll come into our spine twist, arms out to the side, take an inhale. Twisting to one side, we do exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. And exhale, exhale, inhale. 4 and 3. Really try to find a flat spine. Lift up out of your sits bones. And 1. Good, reach those arms forward, breathing in. Exhale, rolling it back. Inhale, arms reaching above ears, keeping the rib cage closed. Exhale, rolling it up. Good, find a flat back. And then make your way onto your stomach. Starting with our hands underneath our shoulders. Do a quick full body check before we start. Most importantly, we're trying to keep our belly engaged, the sensation of lifting our belly button off of the mat. Our butt is squeezing, the backs of our legs are so straight that our knees are floating off the floor. We have a long spine and a long neck. Lower the forehead down, and then slowly inhale to lift the upper body off the floor, and exhale to lower. So our hands are just gently placed on the floor. As we inhale to lift, we're not pressing on the hands. You can lift them up at any moment and lower. Moving on to the legs. Inhale to lift the legs and exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, feeling your butt working, not your back, and lower. This time, inhale to lift the upper body and exhale to lower. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, lowering. Moving back to the legs. Make sure those knees are straight as you lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Now lifting our whole body up. Lifting legs and upper body. Those hands are still gently placed on the floor. And rolling it down. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Once more. Lifting. Belly is strong. And lowering. Good, now we'll lift our upper body as we take weight onto our hands. They can stay here or they can be wider if you need a little more ease on your back. Inhale to slowly lift and lengthen the arms. When you got to the top, make sure your neck is long, your shoulders are pressing down the back. Slowly lower it down. And lifting on an inhale. Press the belly button into the spine. And exhale, rolling it down. Inhale, rolling it up. And exhale, roll it down. Good, now we'll come into single leg kick, so preferably the legs are glued together, but they can stay wide. Propping our elbows under our shoulders, or if you need more help on the back, let the elbows reach out in front of the shoulders. Soft fists with the hands and they're glued together. Bending one knee in, we do inhale, inhale, exhale, extend. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Make sure you're pressing onto the floor with your elbows. And inhale, inhale, exhale. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And lower yourself down. Taking the hands under the shoulders, we'll press into plank. And then we'll hold for a couple breaths. If you know that's difficult, go ahead and just press up onto your knees. Either way you're going, go ahead and press up, trying to keep the body in one piece. And hold. Make sure you're breathing. 1 more breath. Lower the knees and glue them together. Rock the hips back to child's pose for a little stretch on the spine. Good, making your way back to plank. This time we'll be lowering down in a slow 8 counts. So if you want to stay on your knees, this is a good position to be in. Otherwise, extend the legs long and find plank. Slowly lowering, pressing the elbows into the rib cage for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go ahead and roll onto one side, starting with some leg work. So making sure our shoulders and our hips are in a straight line, lined up with the back of our mat, and our feet are slightly in front of us, about a foot or towards that front corner. Keeping the belly strong and trying to lift our side waist up off the ground while we work here. So starting with passe, we bend the knee up, we extend the leg, and we flex as we lower it down. And bend, don't let the hip rock back, straighten, and lower. Point the foot, keep it pointed, and lower. Switch, flex the foot up, bending it down and straightening, and lift, and bend, and straighten. Once more, lift, and bend, and straighten. Good, now we're gonna turn our bottom foot under, tucking the toes, trying to lift the back of the heel to the sky, and then making a little first position or Pilates view with our top leg. And a small movement for 4, 3, 2, 1, a little bigger, 4, 3, 2, 1, a little bigger, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slow it down and lift the leg and lower. Try to keep both legs straight. Lift and lower. Breathing out and breathing in. Lifting and lowering. 4 more up and down and up. Down, 2, and lower, and 1, and lower. Good, rest the feet down, bend that top leg in. Go ahead and flex that lower leg, and we lift for 8, 7. Don't let the belly hang out here. This is an easy position to forget about the abs. Lift. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and pulse a little higher for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Another set of that, or again, the same type of motion, turning out the foot, tucking the toe, lifting the heel to the sky, and lift, then lower, lift, and lower. 3, and 4. Take some attention to those low abs. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lift and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good, coming back into our top leg, and we'll come into hot potato with a large lift in between. Tap the heel behind your foot for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg, don't let the waist drop down to the mat. Front, 2, 3, 4, up and down. Make sure you tap the heel all the way to the floor for 3, lifts and lower, down, 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 lift and lower. 2, 1, up and down, 2, 1, up and down, and 1 tap and lift, tap and lift, and taking our foot back, we'll come into our front kick, keeping our body as still as we can as we move that leg forward. We do exhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, exhale, inhale. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe in, and exhale, exhale, inhale. 5, 6, 7, 1 more, 8. Good, lower the leg down, roll to your stomach. Hands under the shoulders, once again pressing into plank. So you may be pressing onto your knees, holding plank. Find your breath, breathing. Trying to keep the low abs connected. And slowly lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, make your way to your other side. So line up your hips and shoulders with that back edge of your mat, taking your feet in front of you. in a small little pike position. Engage those abs, try to lift the bottom waist off of the floor, and we start with passe. So bending the knee, straightening it, and flexing the foot on the way down. And bend, and lift, and flex, and bend, and lift, and flex. Good, reverse that motion. Lift, bend, and straighten, and flex. Point, and extend, and flex. Point, and straighten. Good, moving on, tucking that toe under, backs of the heels together, squeeze your glutes, belly in a small motion for 4, 3, 2, 1, little bigger, 4, 3, 2, 1, little bigger, 4, 3, 2, 1, slow it down and lift, and lower, lift, keeping the belly strong and lower, and up, and down, hips staying stacked, and down, exhale, and inhale, exhale, inhale, 2, and 1. Good, lowering the legs and bending that knee in. Flexing that bottom foot, engage the leg and lift for 8, 7, keep those low abs engaged, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Maybe doing the same thing on your second set, or turn out that leg and back of the heel to the sky, lift and lower, lift and lower, up and up. Try to keep the back of the knee really straight and stretched. 6, 7, and 8. Lift and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good, straightening out that top leg, starting with our hot potato, tapping your heel all the way to the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift and lower. 3, 2, 1, up and down. 3, 2, 1, up and down. 2, 1, up and down. 2, 1, exhale. Tap and tap. Taking the leg behind, coming into our front kick. We do exhale, exhale, inhale. Keep the upper body as still as you can. Exhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, exhale, inhale. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, rolling onto your stomach. Finding your position to press into plank. Press up in one piece. And hold. And slowly lower down. Good, go ahead and rest your hips back in child's pose. About 3 breaths to rest. into a seated position. And we'll just stretch out those hips before we move on. So crossing one ankle over your knee, find a long spine, lift up, lift your chest, and just try to relax that knee open. Take a few breaths here. Good, maybe staying there, or go ahead and bring that heel in closer to your hip. And again, just holding for a couple breaths. Make sure you don't let your body hunch forward as you're sitting here. Try to keep the long spine. Good, and then we'll cross that leg over, planting the foot. Make sure both hips stay glued to the floor. A gentle pull into the chest with your opposite arm, and a gentle twist. Don't let your body collapse back, lift it up. Good, go ahead and extend that leg out, and bringing the other leg in, crossing the ankle above the knee, sitting up tall, finding your breath. Just trying to let that knee relax open. Breathing, expanding the ribs. Maybe stay there, or try to pull the heel up in towards your hip for a little more stretch. Find your breath again. Maybe on your next deep exhale, you relax into that stretch a little bit more. Good, planting the foot, keeping both hips glued to the ground, pulling that knee into your chest and twisting towards the leg. Try to lift yourself up out of your sits bones. You're trying to really straighten out the low back. Good, and unwind and come on out of that. And then we're going to gather our knees up into our chest. So just peeling those toes off of the floor and balancing right here. Maybe taking the legs up so that they're parallel to the ground. Reaching the arms out. Reaching one arm up and one arm down. And we slowly inhale as we change our arms, and exhale, other arm up. Inhale and exhale. Trying to keep our belly from moving. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can always bend those knees back down. Get a little easier. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good, knees into the chest. Open the feet up into a little easy butterfly, grabbing around the ankles and straightening up the spine. Hinge forward at the waist, keeping the spine as straight as you can. And then you can go ahead and let the body curve forward. And unroll yourself, and we'll come into a similar second set. So knees into the chest, maybe staying here or taking the legs so the bottom half of the legs are parallel to the floor. Reaching the arms out, really press the belly in strong and squeeze the knees together. One arm up, one arm down, and moving quicker this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and rest it down. One more into butterfly, starting with our flat back, lifted chest, hinge at the waist. Go to your depth with a flat back. And then add some curve if you need to. Good, unrolling and making your way into downward facing dog. So try to stretch the spine, try to reach the tailbone up to the sky. Try to reach the heels to the floor. Go ahead and glue the feet together so they're in the center of your body, and then stretch one leg out, pointing the foot. And a slow lift of the leg up, and then lowering it down. And lift back of the heel to the sky, and lowering it down. Not turning out at the hip, keeping both hips facing towards the floor. And lower, and lift, and lower. Good, now taking that knee in towards our chest and rocking the weight forward into plank. And hold it there. Pressing the belly in and stepping back to plank. And lifting the hips to downward dog. Stretching that tailbone to the ceiling, trying to press the heels down. Stepping the feet together, release your second leg out, pointing the toe, and lifting the leg, and lowering, and lift, and lower, up, and down, and up, and down. Good, knee into the chest and rocking the shoulders over the wrists and hold. Stepping back to plank. And then lift the hips to downward dog. Walk the hands into your feet. And let's dangle over the legs here for a couple breaths. Legs can be bent, they can be together, or they can be wide apart. Let the head hang heavy. And inhale with me. And exhale, scoop the belly in to slowly unroll yourself up to standing. And inhale to lift the arms above the head. And exhale, let your fingertips lead the way as you roll it down. Coming into our Pilates push-ups, we walk it out, trying to make it to plank in 3 sets. And then in our Pilates push-ups, we have tricep push-ups. We're just going to go for 2 today. Again, if you want to lower those knees down, go ahead. Inhale to lower. And exhale to straighten. Inhale, lower. And exhale, straighten. Hips lift to downward facing dog. And let's all step in, starting with our right hand. Inhale, breath. Exhale, scooping the belly in as we slowly roll up to standing, keeping the low abs engaged. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale to roll it down. And stepping out with our right hand, walking into plank. And bending the arms, try to squeeze your elbows into your ribs and straightening. And lowering. And straightening. Downward dog. Start with your left hand, walk it in. Deep inhale. Exhale, rolling it up. Inhaling. And exhale, last one. Walk it out, start with your left hand. Bending the elbows and straightening. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Downward dog. Walk it in. Good, and we'll dangle over the feet here for another few breaths. For more of a stretch, let the hips rock over the feet. Good, and inhale. And exhale, scoop the belly in to start your roll up. And inhale to lift the arms. And exhale to finish with a long spine. Great job, thank you. Have a great day. See you next time.